Faculty Affairs Committee requires a solution that will improve the safety of campus mobility. Because one of Purdue University's top priorities is the safety of their students and staff, finding a solution that will improve the safety of campus mobility is important. The number of campus mobility incidents and near misses needs to decrease. Key criteria assert that our solution should maintain Purdue's aesthetic features and be campus appropriate, and the solution should also demonstrably improve mobility safety. The constraints are that our solution must be economically feasible, and the solution must be able to be implemented with existing infrastructure. Assumptions include that certain days are more prone to having accidents, such as exam days, and also not separating pedestrians, cars, and bicycles is a main reason for accidents. Our team came up with 3 designs. Using functional decomposition, we developed the light box, which is placed on the ground and collects solar energy throughout the day. It is motion activated and emits light for pedestrians. Using biomimicry, our team developed the rock light. The solar panel on top captures sunlight throughout the day. At night, it uses a motion sensor and emits light for pedestrians. Through sketching, our team developed strap lights. These go on the straps of backpacks so that pedestrians can be seen easier. They are small and can be attached to any strap.
First, we have the light box. The light box is good because it saves energy by not always being on, it illuminates a path, and there's very minimal aesthetic difference. However, it is hard to install, and getting power to them would be hard. Next, we have the rock light. The rock light is cheap, it is solar powered, and it uses LEDs, and it blends in with the surrounding environment. However, it can be stolen, and it may not work very well in all conditions. Finally, we have the strap light. The strap light is good because it is small and easy to use, it could be relatively cheap to implement, and there are no effect on physical properties of campus. However, every student has to have one, and we have to trust students not to lose it, and it only illuminates the walking path.
Okay, I'm George Chen from Team 11, and today I'm going to present our top 3 solutions of our project. So the first one is a light box. Light box is a device that provides a glow of bright light as alert when it detects the coming of pedestrian. And let me explain how this device works. There's a motion sensor here that can turn the light on as pedestrian approach, and the LED lights surrounding the whole device will be turned on to show other cars drivers or bike riders and let them know that there are incoming pedestrians. And the ground stakes hold the device in place, and the harder outer case will protect the inner components. And what even brings more advantage to this device is that there is a solar panel on the top of this device that allows the device to collect solar energy through the whole day, and which means that this device can save more power than those devices which are driven solely by electricity power. And coming to the next is the rock light. A rock light is a device that captures and restores solar energy and releases energy to illuminate the path of pedestrians at night. So this is how this device works. There is a panel on the top of this device that can collect solar energy during daylight and use those energy to charge battery inside this light. And when coming to night, and when the motion sense detector here detects the incoming of pedestrian, um, it will turn this LED on the middle of this device on, which will illuminate the path of pedestrians. And the metal stakes will hold this device in place, and the outer shell will protect the inner components. This device can save energy through avoiding the lights turned on all the time and provides necessary lights to illuminate the path when necessary. And last but not least is the strap lights. A strap light is a device that is installed on book bags. This device can be turned on by hand through the switch on here. So when the pedestrian puts this device on, and when they are walking on the street at night or like riding a bike at night, they can just turn the lights on to show other riders or drivers know that there are people in front of them. And that's all.
This is
Thanks.
matrix. We did 3 metrics of cost, installation time, and lifespan, or that's 3 criteria. The weight of ours was the highest was a 3 and the lowest was a 1, and the highest weighted thing we had was cost. This is just because the cost is one of the most important criteria of the solution, and it determines whether a university has enough funds to pay for it. The second most important is lifespan. This is because if you have a short lifespan thing, it could end up costing more in the long run to keep a product with a short lifespan. And the last is installation time. This is because all of them had pretty comparable installation times. And honestly, installation time was pretty negligible because it wasn't even over an hour. The units we did were dollars, minutes of installation time, and years of lifespan. And our targets were under $200, under 5 minutes of installation time, and over or making it to 10 years of a lifespan. The solutions that we had, the Lightbox, Rock Light, and Backpack Light, they all scored differently just because they performed much differently in cost and lifespan. The Lightbox performed really well in the lifespan, but not so well in the cost. And the Rocklight performed really well in the cost and the lifespan, making it the best choice. But the Backpack Light also performed well in cost, but not in a lifespan, or which harmed it because of its weight of 2. But it also performed the best in installation time, just because it's not as complicated to install as a Lightbox or Rocklight. So our final solution was the Rocklight. It has a solar panel on the top of the light to capture energy throughout the day, that then stores in a deep cycle battery. This is then used to power an LED bulb at the front to illuminate past people who walk past the motion detector, which is also at the front. As you can see, there's a diagram of the Rocklight to the right of the slide with all of the materials. Use a polyresin shell. Below that is the Arduino circuit for this Rocklight. It's not going to be the same because it has an LED bulb, but you can see the general circuit of using a motion detector going through the microcontroller to output into an LED light bulb. This design responds to all the criteria constraints because it is aesthetically pleasing and blends in. It's very durable with the polyresin shell that it has. It can withstand drops and anything dropped on it and all kind of elements. It's also very maintainable and cheap just because of the polyresin shell and all these simple components it has. The solution trades off the size of the light. So if you had a big street light, it would make a bigger cast for the bystander walking, but this light is cheaper and you can include more of them for the same price as a normal street light, and it also is less noticeable in the environment. Team member contributions, besides everything listed, everybody did pretty much the rest of it together. So Matthew Ottmuller did the Rocklight CAD circuit drawing, weight decision matrix, and putting together the report. Taryn Welsh did the Lightbox CAD weight decision matrix and the functional decomposition. John Huang did the backpack light CAD and background info research. And Jason Chen did prior art research and design tests for our prototypes. And then these are our references. Thank you for joining our presentation.